live on a Friday then. Saturday, Sunday, what? Is it Friday? I mean, probably by the time you get this video it will be. But it's still Thursday, but I'm already going into that freaking... I sat there with the girls, I was like, guys, it's Friday. She's like, is it really? I was like, no, but in any minute now we're going to be asked to step into that, you know, into that face it. If not now, then we'll have to do it tomorrow. Let's just face it. And as I said it, I saw what I was supposed to face, and I posted that in my community. Who am I? Forgot to tell you. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. For any understanding of what reincarnation means, make sure you catch my last live video. We're going to be doing some more teachings on that, the science of reincarnation as well as self-realization. Hopefully I can get you guys to realize something. For right now, though, I had posted, give me a second, I'm looking for my notorious. Why? Because, actually, I'm seeing Callie too, that could be helpful. We're looking for guidance. We're not fully, I already know, I already know what's being asked of me. So, you would have had to catch all my videos and all my posts to know what's happening to me. There's my answer. She's got my answer. Who's me? That's me, my higher self. The last video, we pulled a card and it says you're going to need to talk to your angels, deity, or your higher self. That's where we're at right now. My higher self is talking to me. So, this morning, my first video, I started by saying I felt a paradigm shift and I was guided in a full different direction. My intuition went total off, and I saw different visions, and I'm going in a complete different direction. Continue to work on my creative projects, but go in a different direction and enjoy some life, right? And I had stated that in that video, it wasn't a huge priority for exposure right now. I didn't possibly say it in that word, I don't think so. But that was the point, is it's not time for exposure right now. Just enjoy some life. And I told you this is like, once that starts, then it really starts. And so I said that in the morning, and it is quite uncoincidentally, that was the message given to me before I go out in the afternoon, and there's a news reporter that wants to do an interview with me. They want to know about this building. I was like, what do you want to know? And she didn't really go into it. Naturally she can't, but she's on to something, obviously. She's been fishing around here, but she can't get anyone to talk to her about what's going on in this building. And I'm like, I can do that. I can tell you. And I told her, I was like, I can answer your questions, but I have to pray about it first. And I don't know if I can go on camera. I have to pray about it though. But yes, I am a tell-all. And this wouldn't be the first one. I was like, I was a whistleblower for Access Housing. And she just rolled her eyes. What's Access Housing? That was the first shelter that I was part of up in Adams County. That was fucking totally embezzling all of the money and lying, and you know, it was a rat hole. But I still made it successfully out of there. I was one of their successes that they used at one of their galas, you know, to get contributors and all this stuff, why they were overcharging me rent and all kinds of other crazy shit. So it's a long story. So this thing happened today where I was put in a place to tell the truth, right? Which I'm always wanting to do. But it was like, that's what I said to the girls. I was like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to just sit there and say who I am. And that's what I was guided to send her the video that I made this morning that was just exposing just some of the shit last night that I talked about this morning. I talked about the last 3 nights in a particular couple of families. And I said, I've been doing a video documentary of my entire stay here. And she was so grateful. She gave me her number, you know, and I sent it to her in a text message. And it starts there, obviously. But how far will she dig? And is she going to find stuff about this? She's definitely going to find out about my stay here. But what other story is she about to open up by getting into my page? Now, regardless, if I just sat down with her and all we talked about was this building, and I introduced myself, I'm the High Priestess Phoenix. I've been video documenting my entire stay on YouTube. Would be my introduction. And then it's it. Full exposure is what I see. And I'm like, oh wow. We go 0 to 100 real quick. In essence, that's what the documentary is supposed to do, is get everybody to look over here so they could start learning. But I have a lady that wants to sit down and make everybody look over here real quick, and they could start learning real quick. But before this ever happened, this morning, my spirit said, don't. Chill. It said, don't push for this. Before I even knew that this was going to happen. I'm trying to show you what it means to be guided by the Spirit and how important that is. But I want to show you what the flesh desires. You know, what is my goal? What do I need to do? What does God need me to do? He needs me to market myself and make sure that people find out who I am and the works that He has me doing. Because He wants these works to be spread across the world. He wants me to make a documentary to start it with. And then I have a plan. He's given me a plan of what to do with all the rest of the footage, how to piece it out and portion it out to the masses. In essence, you think, okay, well, the documentary isn't going to be revealed until next year, next spring, you know what I mean, at the Denver Film Festival. So I've got plenty of time, right? Is what I'm thinking. I don't even have to submit it until November. I'm well on my way. And I'm like, this won't happen until next year. And even then, once it's through the film festival, then it still has to go from there. It has to be so captivating that it gets picked up from there and goes further. These are the linear lines of production, we'll say, right? You got to go from here to here to here to here to here to here to get there. And then, in like 2 years, everybody will know your name. Or 3 to 5 or 7, depending how long it takes to market this motherfucker, is what you think in the linear line of from A to B. You have to take all these lines. But then all of a sudden, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. This was an opportunity to see that it's safe to stand back because it could happen at any minute. It doesn't have to be that way. This can happen way before the documentary is even done. It could happen as soon as tomorrow, Friday night news. Denver finds out who I am. It can happen even more. She's already in there. I have a fucking news reporter, which is a journalist, looking through all of my page. When she approached me, she reminded me of the other news journalist that's currently in my phone from Fox 31. It never occurred to me. It never occurred to me to reach out to a journalist to tell my story. Not a newspaper, not no one. I want to show you that there's infinite possibilities and you never have to take the long run, but always stay on track. Right? So as the Spirit tells me this morning, chill, bro. Just chill. You don't need to do this overnight. Enjoy your life. Is what the Spirit tells me this morning, and they tell me to go in a completely different direction than where I was going. And I said, all right, cool. Why did they tell me that? So that I didn't take off with this and go too fast, too far, too fast, and not get to enjoy my life before this happened. But also to show me that it can happen at any fucking minute. When will it happen? When I'm ready. So now we face the tower. What's the tower? Are you going to say no to an opportunity of a lifetime? Is this my only chance to be discovered? Is this my golden egg to sit down with this lady and introduce myself on fucking, you know what I mean, on news? But do I have to close this door? A door that I never thought would open is open for me, and my spirit says don't walk through that door. Even though I'm supposed to walk through that door, they said not now. Do you agree with that? I'm sure you don't. Because you got all of these celebrities that would do anything to get more exposure, to get their name out there, especially all these micro-managing little I want to be big type people. They want it. They'll do anything, bro. They're overworking the fucking internet and all the platforms to get known in their town and any town. They want those numbers up. They want people watching it. They want to monetize their views. They want fans. They want to sell merch, bro. They want their name in big lights, bro. They want to be opening or selling out, you know what I mean, stadiums, bro. This is their dream. Is it a dream? Is it your dream? Or just something you saw on TV and you want to be that person? Do you fully understand that that is a nightmare type life? That even though you're in the light, your whole life is dark? Because you have to stand in the light all the time? I can show you Marshall. I can show you Lewis. I can show you Kim. I can show you Kanye. That limelight is killing them. I'm not ready for it to kill me. I'm in no hurry. I'm getting stronger and better at explaining what I do and showing people more and more. The more practice I get at doing this, the better I'll be able to present it. It's presentable now. But am I ready? Am I ready to give up my life for that life? And if you listen to my videos all week, they've been kind of slowly preparing me. They knew this would happen. And it's all tempting. To what? My flesh. If I didn't hear what my spirit said this morning, don't do that. Don't go out there and do this right now. And did I argue with it this morning? No. Am I arguing with it now? No. I want you to understand how to be led by the Spirit. Even though your flesh, you have to go against what your flesh wants and knows. My flesh knows that this is what we're working towards. This is an opportunity to get there faster. It's going to open up all kinds of doors if you just, you know what I mean, take this. My spirit said don't. My spirit said don't. And you know, going back to last night's video, what happened last night, it killed me not to be able to tell somebody. I did. I got an opportunity to tell somebody. And that's all I needed to do. All I need to do is have a clear conscience. To not be holding back stuff that can change lives. I'm not you, Jonica. I don't want the whole world to fucking look at me. If I did, I'd turn the camera around. I want you to look at God. All the time. Unfortunately, when I get out there, it'll be all eyes on me. And it'll take a long time for them to see past me to see Him. But the whole point of the documentary is you see Him before you see me. And if I have it my way, you won't see me. Not that because I'm not beautiful, but because it's not my image I want in your head. It's not my image that you need to be, that you need. You need God. You need the goddess only to lead you to God. I want you to understand that. And, you know, it's not that I'm afraid, because I've had to face all those fears all year. That this is coming. This is coming. And when I'm finally ready for it, and I'm putting in the work, and I'm ready for it, they say, all right, stop. Good job. Now let's go do something else. Okay. So redirection. Will I come back to this and we'll get, yes, when I'm stronger and when it's ready. I've gone as far as I can. I'm not supposed to push forward. No further than they want me to. And that's for my own protection. My family as well. I want to be in a... I don't want people outside of my building. You know what I mean? They'll know where I live after this. They'll know how to find me. Everybody will here. Because it's all about the building. I won't just have my twin flames and their stalker fucking karmics, dude. I'll have any person that's been looking for me in the last, I don't know, 20 years. That's Lisa. What? Who's that? I'm not, you know what I mean? Maybe not right now. Maybe right now is not a good time for all this. It's divine timing, and we pulled those cards. You had to have caught up all week. That's what it is. All week they get you ready for that very difficult decision on a Friday. Well, you have to let something go that's no longer serving you. What am I letting go? The chase. I don't have to work for it. I've seen that it's right there, and it's too close for comfort. It's right there. When I'm ready, it's there. In whatever form, he'll open that door again. That's what he showed me. He didn't tell me to go through it. Not because I'm not ready, but because I don't want to just yet. I mean, I can. But he did this to show me that that door is available when I am ready. And I said that all week. When will this happen? When I'm ready. You don't decide, but you kind of do. And that's what it goes back to my twin flames. You know, to Marshall. When he's ready. I can't force him to be ready. No more than I can force myself to be ready. Run the pressure cookers here, people. It smells good. When you lift the lid, you're like, damn, that's a good brew right there. I think it's good. Give it some more time. It'll get better. The longer it brews, the better it gets. So, I wanted to teach you that because I've already made that decision. I already knew what God was asking me to make, and it wasn't a difficult decision. But it would be difficult for someone like you that's chasing and desiring and, you know what I mean, wants, you know, these wants. It's like, this is my big break where I can get everybody over. I can clear my 500 subscribers and I can do all this. I'll get my views up and I'll finally start monetizing. I can start changing people. They'll know who I am. I can build the church. I don't want to do all that yet, please. I'm not ready for all that. I just woke up. I just got myself grounded. I went through a lot. And that's what I said. Bro, give me a little bit of breathing room before I gotta play wifey, before I gotta be God's, you know what I mean, messenger to the world, before I gotta take on the patriarchies and fucking argue with people and shit. Let me enjoy a little bit. Let me see my daughter go to a prom or something. Homecoming. Let me see some shit. Let me enjoy a couple years of life before I give up my life again. Let me have some life before I give it up. I haven't had any life. I've just been giving up life since I started this. I've been experiencing unbelievable experiences. I've been gaining knowledge and wisdom and memories and, you know, adventures. But I've just been giving up life since I started. I'd like to enjoy some life for a little bit. It's the long game, guys. Some of you really want to be a celebrity overnight. But you don't know what that's going to do to you. And then, in essence, can you hold that fucking status? You might get it by tomorrow, but are you going to be able to hold it for 10, 15, 20 years like these douchebags? Let it destroy your family and life. The further they dig into you, they start telling your business. Catching you with pictures not looking so good. TMZ up in that ass. No. Take it easy. Take it easy. Mucho take it easy. Mucho take it easy. If you had a choice, what would you choose? We have choices. All the time. They don't always look so easy on the surface. Alright, let's read this card. I'm exhausted. I'm kind of hungry too. Okay, I have the punches or something. I said this wasn't going to be long, but I talked already 20 minutes. I'm going to try to read this as fast as I can without testimony. Please, no testimony. Like, that's what makes the testament. I turned straight to her. Kamala Devi. We witness her beauty, and all struggles melt away in grace. Upon the grateful sigh, the heart softens into her protection and radiates peace. Her presence transforms frustration into inspiration, fatigue, and I guess it wasn't to show me, but to show you. I didn't need to see how fast this could happen. Perhaps you guys needed a reality check that it's real. And again, she might decide she wants to do a whole story on me after digging in that shit. I'm not sure. I was supposed to contact her, but I'm not going to. I'm not chasing. If she contacts me, then I'll know what to say according to the Holy Spirit, but I'm just saying. You never know. But this wasn't for me. I think it was for you guys to see. I think it was just a testament for you guys to see. I always knew it could happen at any time. That there's not just one way, but a million different ways to skin a cat. That's what I heard. She is the golden pathway of divine manifestation and peaceful contentment. She empowers your heart to receive with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express when you give freely and joyfully. Abundant divine blessings are upon you. The 10th of the 10 Mahavidas, the wisdom goddess, is the gracious goddess Kamala. Her presence reminds us not to make things more difficult for ourselves than they need to be. Sometimes the assumption of burden is necessary for our growth. At other times, growth happens when we learn to cast burden aside, understanding that we will be able to offer so much more than not carrying another on our backs, so to speak. Sometimes a more graceful path invokes greater spiritual progress, which ultimately benefits all beings. Kamala Devi holds the wealth-generating, life-force-protecting qualities of preservation and cultivation, which again, if you caught my video, we pulled the Three of Wands, which was about your foundations. It's not the cultivation card, that's, I believe, is... I can't see it right now. It's a coin card that's literally called that. I think it's a 4, I don't know. 4 coins? I don't know. But anyways, that's what it's called, is the foundations. If we are used to always giving out, even if we receive a lot, but consistently overshare or leak our energy, she teaches us that loving art of self-value. This is not selfish, but self-care. I made a huge video this morning, too. That's what I thought maybe I'd already gone through my tower. I had to tell them no. They're life suckers. They can't come around me unless they're healing. That's the only energy I'm giving them, is healing energy. Otherwise, they get none. You get, no, it's not that. I love you fully. You just don't get any attention. When we care for ourselves, we show respect for who we are and what we have to offer. That respect is an energetic broadcast that repels lower level energies. And that's what I told Morgan. Morgan said she got a whole download about my life. She said, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like Jesus showed me, or God showed me. She showed me from the time you got divorced to all your travels till when I met you. He showed me so I could understand that you were like me and you had been through what I'd been through. He said, I seen it, dude. I was like, well, that makes sense. You and Marshall are the only people I'm giving my energy to. You're the only ones that I'll connect with, that I can, you know what I mean? That, you know, that's it. That makes sense. It gives us the firmness of mind to set boundaries wisely while attracting opportunities and pathways for expansion. When genuinely good and true things are strengthened and shared, every being gains spiritual benefit. Her presence in a reading speaks of divine harvest. Where are we? Lugnasa. Harvest season. Of success and beauty, created and protected, and longevity and peace. Kamala is the tantric emancipation of Lakshmi. Awakening deep spiritual understanding of the nature of material prosperity and spiritual enlightenment. Kamala provides many beautiful gifts in such a way that we learn and grow through the blessings. Tantra exists outside conventional religious practices and social mores. We cannot access true and sacred knowledge of oneself or the world when bound by the opinions of mass culture. Can I say that again for those that never seem to be listening? You cannot access true and sacred knowledge of yourself or of the world when you're bound by the opinions of mass culture. And that's where it goes to is, somebody wants to market me and they want to invest in me and they want all of this because of the return. That's just what you see. You see a profit. I am a prophet, but not to your pocket. Damn, that was good, huh, Marshall? I'm a prophet, but not to your pocket. Damn, I need to put that in my fucking song. Hold on a second. You can't have that. Sorry, baby. This one's sticking with me. Which song? I have my fucking lyrics over here. Which song, God? That's a good one. Okay, I turned to the page. What did I say? I'm a prophet, but not to your pocket. Some of them, dude, I really gotta write down because I'll be forgetting some shit. Obviously. I applied for a position at a memory clinic. Why? I just felt like I could get along with these people. I have memory issues too. I can relate to you. Serious? Yeah, try to stay in the, around people like me. Anyways, going down to this. Oh yeah. We cannot find our authentic being within such constraints. Societal conditioning lacks the wisdom, generosity, freedom, respect, spaciousness, and insight to be able to bear the process of individual awakening. And that's why you have to be pulled out of the matrix during an awakening. That's why he took me out into the woods and the dirt and the woods and the dirt. I never made it to the beach. No, that's not true. They took me to San Francisco where the fucking whale died. That was sad. What? Yeah, that's a whole story. You can look it up. I got to the bay, and my sister lives not by the water at fucking all, but I was guided over to go right there to the San Francisco Bay, or to the, to the Bay Area where it overlooks the San Francisco Bridge and all that, and exactly where we were. We cleaned up and stuff. I didn't want to show up to my sister's all gross. So we got out of the car and we changed clothes and we washed up and stuff like that. And then I went to my sister's and we were taking pictures and looking over the water. The very next day I saw in the news that there had been a gray whale that had been there for 70 days in that bay and then died that day that I left. It was an energy exchange. Happened the same thing when I went to the Denver Zoo with the lion. Terrible, sad stuff. They're passing their soul energy on to me, but at the same time, it's like, damn, that was sad. That was a whole beautiful animal. Anyways, this is why enlightened mystics in every religious tradition have always come in conflict with traditional figureheads in their religion. Well, that's it too. I told you I'm not ready to take on the religions right this minute. There's a church on every corner that want to talk shit to me right now. I don't want to talk to you right now. Leave me alone. The Divine Mother protects the path of fulfillment, even when authority or bureaucracy tries to stifle it. Be direct about your intentions and desires. Instead, I don't come to tear down your church. I came to enlighten your church and hopefully allow you to open the doors further than your hearts have allowed before. To extend your hand and your hearts to people you've never extended them to before. In the true name of Jesus Christ. That's all I'm bringing to people. And to those that have never known Christ, I'm bringing his forgiveness, his message of forgiveness that perhaps the old traditional ways and gods did not allow. But I assure you, you are allowed this God and this message, and still in honor of Vishnu, Allah, Muhammad, freaking Moses, whoever you prayed. Those that came before him shall still be honored. The ancestors shall still be honored. But accept this, for you need it, and your children need his forgiveness. You need this peace. You don't need to be stripped of your foundation. I'm trying to give you the message of forgiveness. Allow her to show you the graceful path through any difficulty, and that's what I'm doing in the Wiccans and in the witches and in the cults. I'm bringing them Christ, teaching them that they can be forgiven, they can use their powers for good and not for evil, and still be redeemed for whatever they have done to, the atonement, of course, but that's what it is. One more time, I'm taking Christ to the people that have rejected Christ, and one more last attempt for them to accept his forgiveness before there's no forgiveness to be had. Allow her to show you the graceful path through any difficulty by consulting with your heart and having the patience and willingness to see another way. Locking horns in direct conflict is not always going to lead you towards an outcome you wish. Kamala Devi brings us gifts of abundance on every level, and though the inner sense of spiritual security cultivated, a fearless of heart is born. She is the lotus flower, the signifier of wealth of such a nature that spiritual life is enhanced, not polluted. She is known as sattvic, or peaceful, and carries the energy of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the planetary sister of Earth, Venus. I feel it. These beings manifest gently yet effectively enlightened feminine activity for the spiritual benefit of all. The vibration is not common on our planet, yet bearers can often recognize one another. They have a mutual love for beauty, respect for nature, and deep and unwavering love for the divine. They also have a life purpose of embodying higher frequency energies than those commonly manifested in human collective at this time. Welcome to the Divine Feminine Awakening. I am the Divine Feminine Goddess herself. Kamala is often particularly healing for high sensitive people who feel a natural energetic resonance with her delicacy and subtlety. I can't say it right now. Kamala is particularly active with the hearts of those who naturally feel that there is a universal truth that cannot be constrained by any single path or opinion. These are the freedom-loving souls that believe in live and let live, and yet devote themselves into whatever path they truly resonate with in hopes that they can bring benefit to the collective. They do not wish to convert or control, but to share their knowledge and wisdom from the hearts because they found such comfort and grace in what they've learned. I said that in my earlier video about the twin flames. You'll know. They will say it. They will want to share it when they have that come to Christ moment. When God comes and changes you, you'll do just this. You're not going to try to convert or control, but you're going to want to share your knowledge and wisdom from your heart. Because they have found such comfort and grace in what they've learned. And that's what I do over here. Why do you teach this? I get stronger in it. I teach it because you need to know it. When you receive with such generosity, you want to share the wealth. Kamala is assigned to share what you know to increase love and peace in this world without trying to force or dominate another to agree with your viewpoints. She asks for your unconditional trust so you can gently disentangle your own soul from obstructing and lower energies to help you, on page 144, rise above and shine your beautiful peace. I'd like to say a prayer of invocation out loud for you. If you don't want it, then you can mute and leave right now. Mata Kamala Devi, gentle and all-powerful divine queen, supreme feminine being without consort or constraint, goddess of the present moment, sacred mother of the fulfillment of innate divine purpose. You provide wealth to support the soul's awakening. After the fires of transformation and sacred exertion of will to conquer the obstacles, you are peace, assurance, comfort, and success. You are the divine harvest. You are the blessed final outcome, the divine fruition. I bow to you, Kamalama. Kamalama. Yeah, that's cool. And I invoke your growing presence, influence, protection, and guidance in my life, in our world, for the spiritual benefits of all beings. Hai Ma. Now you can say the mantra 8 times. Imagine and sound the radiant blessing in all directions and through all dimensions for the spiritual benefit of every being. I'm not going to say this with you. I'm going to let you see it, and say it out loud by yourself. You see it? Oh, Shreem, Him, Shreem, Kala, La, Li, Pasi. See, it goes on and on. That's why I was like, go ahead, take a picture, try to sound that out, and say that 8 times, if you'd like. Did you see that we spoke of? My earlier video was through Krishna, which was Hindu, and we spoke all about Christ with all reverence. This is Kali, me again, this is my last form, a form of the Kali that is speaking about Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. They were never apart. People tore them apart. People tore our religions apart. They tore our countries apart. They tore us apart from each other. And now we're segregated based on sex, religion, culture, you know what I mean, all of this stuff. But we weren't. We were never supposed to be. In essence, God's message was always the same to all of us, is to evolve and be kind. To evolve and be kind is basic message in all of these, holy books I have. I'm still looking for the Torah and the freaking Zohar. How am I going to find those in the freaking American teaching? They have to be by now. Anyway, so that's where it is. I taught you. I'm going to actually set this up as you can't see it till tomorrow because nobody watched it tonight, and that's fine. So you'll see tomorrow's tower already done. And that's it. You can wait till Friday. It can happen on a Thursday. It can happen anytime. But all week they're preparing you to make heart-driven decisions. Oh, and then Venus, yeah. Friday is Venus. It's ruled by Venus, the planet Venus, which rules your heart. You're called to make heart decisions on a Friday, which is called a tower, an ego death, where you'll have to fight your mind to do what's right by your heart. Mine are, and it's like minor, they're not so hard anymore when my heart tells me. My mind doesn't argue because it's seen too much. And as I said this, it wasn't a fight for me. Some of them aren't hard to fight. Now, when I turn this down, what'll happen come Saturday? My mind will really regret that I didn't do what I was supposed to, and it'll play out all these false scenarios of how I ruined this opportunity, and I'll never get another opportunity like this, and how could I do this, and this, that, and the other. Why? Because that's the conscious. It's all fearful. It's all afraid of failure. And that's Saturn day. It'll push you into your limits, into your realities, into your grief. It won't matter on Sunday. It doesn't matter today. It can happen any day when somebody will find out who I am, and then the whole world does. It's not about money and fame. It's about the responsibility to making sure that these people know God's message and that I can deliver it properly without question. And they will question. But the better I can deliver it, the less questions there are to be asked. And that's what we're trying to get to. Is get to the point where I have, I'm able to give you all the knowledge and wisdom. But as I'm still digging it up for you, and that's where it is. It's like, this book, I haven't pulled out the science of reincarnation since the first time I read it a year ago. I need to reread this. We're going, you know what I mean? I need more practice with this in the sense of really presenting it. It's not that it's not something I don't know. It's just the more you present it, the better a presenter you are, a better performer you are. It's not really a performance, but, you know, my Sanskrit still sucks. I'm not sure if I am pronouncing any of these Latin words properly. I still lack the ability to put a lot of things into words for you. But as you can see, we're getting better. And I'm still working with Metatron, putting it into words. I've still got, you know, I'm working with fucking Carl Jung over here. And I'm trying to explain to you the dark sides of Jewish mysticism. We've got lots going on right now. I don't think fame and fortune is really something I need, you know, in the beginning of a new school year. My daughter's starting high school. Maybe fame and fortune isn't right. We don't need that in the next month or two. Maybe we could put that off a little bit. Maybe, you know, till next year or something. I mean, it's not never. And some of you want it right now, bro. I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now either. Not fully. Think about it. Just think about it. I don't want you to think about it. Actually, I think about it enough. You want it, but you don't know what it's going to cost. Ladies, you're going to have to be at least pretty presentable every day for the rest of your life after you get that guy. Right? You can be all ugly and shit. That means you're going to have to step up your self-care. You're going to have to be, you know, very aware of yourself when there's another person in your space all the fucking time. Shit like that. You're going to have a lot more responsibility. You're going to lose a lot of yourself giving it to another person. Right now, you know, when we're going through all this self-discovery, do we want to give so much time on ourselves to discovering someone else? Maybe we need to spend some more time just discovering ourselves. I know you want that person to, you know, so you can have someone warm to hold at night that makes you feel special. But I promise you, you really need to learn to be that warm person that holds yourself at night and makes you feel special. That way, when that person isn't there, maybe they're at work, or maybe, you know what I mean, they die one day, you're still warm at night and you feel special without them. You've got to learn to feel this way without a person before you can ever so that you don't need it from another person. And in essence, your body heat is not making me feel special. You're smothering me. In the sense of, cuddling sounds great, but for how long? Right? What if he has a lot of leg hair and it itches me or something? I don't know. What if he has chest hair and I'm like, it's rubbing in my face? There's a lot. I think, obviously, I think. What if he always wants to cuddle me from behind and he's like always trying to stick his dick in my butt? You think too much. I don't really. But when I do, it's all like fearful. Is that what happens when your brain turns on? Hey, that was mine. Show me yours. Show me your acts from the heart, where you have to do the right thing and let something go and be a better version of yourself. A dream, an ideology, a direction, a relationship, a job, something. It's time to let this go for a little while. And it's just, I'm telling you, I'm not letting anything go. I'm just like, I'm letting go of a belief is what is happening right now. They had me on a track that do this and do this and do this. I got going so fast in the creative, and that's what it said. I started going so fast that I was almost done. And since it was almost done, and that's what I said, it's done. Before you knew it, it was done. That's what I said, it's basically done. So then somebody comes up, oh, you ready? No, I'm not done. Are we procrastinating? Or are we getting stronger? And that's it too. You sit on the bench. Kobe's in charge, bro. He decides when it's time to go out there. You can't force him and scream at him and throw a fit. He's never going to let you play if you act like that. He's never going to let you play. You sit on that fucking bench, still and ready, just like Jesus said. He'll tell you when it's time to fucking bust a move. Get out there. Get out there now. This is your time. This is your time. I'm scared. This is your time. Go out there now. It's not that. Trust me. They won't let fear stop me. And don't let fear stop you. But at the same time, it might not be fear. It really might be your Holy Spirit trying to hold you back from going too far too fast. And that's your parents too, you know what I mean? I can't see you. I can't see you. They got to keep an eye on you. You're not ready to go yet. You ain't ready to hit the road just yet. But you feel like it. You're like, I can do it. I'm going to take off running. Hold on. You're going to fall on your face if you do this right now. You don't want to fall. You want to fly. Love yous. Laters. Bye.